Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread recipe. And in this one I'll show you how to make these delightfully soft cheese rolls. These wonderful soft tasty rolls are perfect for your favourite sandwich. Very simple and quick to make and absolutely delicious. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. Whatever device you're watching this video on, you'll find all the relevant links in the description box under the video. Simply click on the little word more and all will be revealed. Okay, let's get on with today's recipe. As always, I'll start by testing that my yeast is alive and well. To the warm water, add your sugar and your yeast and give those a good mix. Try to use bottled or filtered water when making bread, as tap water contains chlorine, which could slow down or even kill the yeast. Right, set that aside until it activates. If there's no change after 10 minutes, your yeast must be dead and it needs replacing. You'll also need a large oiled bowl to proof the dough in. So add a teaspoon of any cooking oil, spread it out and set that aside for now. On to making the dough. I'll be making my dough in my stand mixer, but if you don't have a machine, you can easily knead this dough by hand, as it's a very low hydration recipe, 54% if you're interested. And in goes the now active yeast mixture. Next in is the bread flour, closely followed by the salt. The final ingredient to go in is the cheese. I'm using 70 grams, that's 2.5 ounces of grated mature red Leicester cheese. And if you can't get that, mature cheddar is a very good alternative too. Okay, once the bowl's on the machine, attach the dough hook. Set the machine away and bring all of the ingredients together. At this point, use your bowl scraper to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Once everything's combined, I'll set the machine away for 10 minutes on the slowest speed. And if you're doing yours by hand, you need to knead the dough for 10 minutes too. And this is what the dough looks like after 5 minutes. And after 10 minutes, you should now have a nice, smooth, supple dough. And if you notice, about 90% of the cheese has now been broken down and incorporated into the bread dough, with only the odd flecks of cheese visible, which is exactly what we want. Right, give the dough a quick knead and form it into a ball. Tighten up the outer skin of the dough by dragging the ball towards you on the bench like I'm doing. Now get the dough into the oiled bowl. Give it a quick swirl to give it a thin coat of the oil. Cover the bowl. I like to use the shower cap for mine, and these are available in different patterns and colours in the website shop if you're interested. Now get the bowl into a nice warm spot. I like to use the oven with just the light bulb on. Now set your timer for 45 minutes. You're looking for it to at least double in size. Okay, time's up on that first proof. And it's risen quite nicely, just over double its original size. Perfect for the first proof. Now get it out of the bowl and knock it back. That simply means force all of the built-up gas out of it. And a very quick mention to the channel's Patreon members and supporters. I'll be giving the latest list a shout out a little later in the video. And now form the dough into a ball again. What you need to do now is to divide the dough into 6 equal pieces. And if your measurements were correct at the start, your finished dough should be around 850 grams, that's 30 ounces. Or in my case, 857 to be exact. So each piece needs to be 142 grams, that's about 5 ounces each. The finished rolls look so much better when they're all the same size. Right, now dust part of your bench like so, but keep your dough pieces flour free. Grab one of your pieces of dough, form it into a ball in your hands. Place it down on the flour-free bench and try to copy this rolling motion. If there was any flour on the bench at this point, it would just slide around. And now you can place the formed ball on the floured bit of the bench. And do the same for the other 5. Once all 6 are done, you can lightly dust them. And can I say, if you're interested in any of our equipment used in these videos, check out the links in the description box under the heading My Kitchen Essentials. It's just another way you can support the channel, guys. Now cover them with a dry, lightweight cloth. Right, now let them rest and relax for 5 minutes before we move on to the next stage. And this is the lightly greased baking tray I'll be making them on. The tray sizes are on screen. Okay, time's up. That 5-minute rest allows the final shaping to be so much easier. Right, grab one of your dough balls, and yes, I know, hilarious, and shape it like a flattish disc as shown. Once you get that done, place it on the tray. Now do the same for the other 5. I like to place these quite close together on the tray so they blend together when rising, but if you prefer individual rolls, just leave them a bit further apart. Once all 6 are done, give them a light dusting of flour. Cover them again with your lightweight proofing cloth. And now that my kitchen has warmed up a bit, I'll let them proof here on the bench for 30 minutes. And don't waste your dusting flour, guys, it can be reused. When there's only 10 minutes left on that final proof, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, that's 355 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4. And that's the time up on that final proof. And they've risen quite nicely here on the bench. Before they go into the oven, I'll give the tops of the rolls a little more of that red Leicester cheese. And you can do the same with whatever cheese you're using, but use a fine grater this time. And if you wouldn't mind, guys, if you found the video useful and enjoyable, can you give the video a like by hitting the thumbs up? It really helps the channel tremendously. Thanks again, everyone. Now get these rolls into the preheated oven and set your timer for 18 minutes. And while those are baking, I hope you don't mind if I give my 4 recipe books a quick shout out. The books have lots of our favourite recipes from our work kitchens in them, and also book 4 in this series is totally dedicated to bread recipes. The skeleton style oven gloves, now supporting our company name, are also available too. Just check out the kitchen essential links in the description box under the video if you're interested in any of these items. Okay, that's the cooking time up on these beautiful soft cheese rolls. Time to get them out, and they're looking and smelling absolutely gorgeous. If you prefer yours a little darker, just give them a few more minutes, but they won't be as soft. I'll get them onto a wire rack and let them cool for a few moments. And when I come back, I'll make one of my favourite sandwiches with these cheese rolls. Okay, time to give one a try. And I hope you can see the bread has taken on the colour of the cheese. And take my word for it, it's taken on the flavour of the cheese too. The stronger or more mature the cheese you use, the better it'll taste. I'll start with some of my homemade butter. See the description box for the link for the butter video. It's surprisingly easy to make. Next, some nice boiled ham. Finally, a good helping of this red onion chutney. These soft cheese rolls should have a good spring back, like so. These simply are a fantastic sandwich roll. And here I go. and that is so delicious. The flavour of that cheese that's baked into the bread is absolutely amazing. I think I better have another bite, just to make sure. But seriously, to appreciate just how good these are, you'll have to give them a try yourself. And I promise you now that you and your family will be very pleased that you did. Without a shadow of a doubt, this gets a massive thumbs up, guys. And as promised earlier in the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are Mrs. M. Billings, Gregory Bambo Jr., Peter Armand, Deborah Scott, Anne Oden, Melanie Mackenzie, Gina McDowell 5919, Darrell Elder 1352, Sedalus Dabbler 5468, D. Bradshaw 25, Jens K 3250, and finally Catalin Mason. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.